not a hot take. That's a hot, steamy pile of shit take. Colorblind white people are always racist. We say we are colorblind. That doesn't mean that we don't see color. Obviously, it just means that we don't value color. If no one valued race or held pride in race, racism couldn't exist. Let's take every racial supremacy group, the Black Hebrew Israelites, the KKK, Nazis, etc. We categorize them as the colorblind or sees color like you. 100% of them will be in your category. But we're the racists. Okay.
Do you remember all of those bullying assemblies that we had to sit
We
through as a kid?
categorize
Where they would
them
say, if you are a
as
bystander, you are
colorblind
just
or
as bad as
sees
the bully
color
because you
like
could step
you.
in, you could do something.
100%.
It's the same thing because you are being complicit in a problem that you could easily use your voice to fucking combat.
Why do you think I'm on here making a video? Because I'm trying to combat racism from you.
Not to mention, true equality and cultural competence means that you recognize the inherent differences in each demographic of people and you celebrate them. It shouldn't be, oh, I guess I accept you in spite of where you're from. It's, I accept you, period, no matter what your customs are, no matter whether you conform or assimilate to American standards.
My wife's culture, where she comes from, is to be colorblind, to not hold value in race, but you're telling her she's wrong. There's a culture that celebrates human sacrifice. I don't have to celebrate. If a culture eats dogs, I don't have to celebrate it. Culture wants to marry very young children. I don't have to celebrate it.
Not wanting to talk about race, thinking anti-racist training is stupid or DEI is stupid means that you do not want to take the time to educate yourself on what these things actually mean.
Because people don't agree with an educational program that makes you look at people, hold prejudice of those people based on the way they look or the color of their skin, and treat them a specific way because of it, which is racism. We're uneducated and are racist.
White people have taken resources and drained these communities for so fucking long.
Don't get me started on underfunding. Programs that help you pay your rent, your utilities, thousands of dollars in food stamps monthly, $10,000 to $15,000 in tax returns just for having kids. Programs that pay for your daycare, your schooling, school lunches. Every kid gets to go to school, regardless of race, and every kid has teachers to teach them. The difference is certain cultures value education far more than others. The amount of value a community has rests on the amount of money that community can make. When businesses come into a community who offer jobs and sell products for a lot cheaper, end up leaving the community because of theft and vandalism. The fact that you are not willing to hold people accountable for their own actions means that you do not respect them enough to believe that they are capable of change. Unless they're white, you obviously think we're capable of change, which is why you're making this video. And if you're blaming us for things that we've never done to people we've never met, but the people who are making the choices that make a difference in their life, you don't hold them accountable because they're minorities and you don't think they're capable of change, which is why you're not asking them to. You're asking everybody else to adapt for their poor choices. The fact that you think that you need to get out of people's way to allow them to raise up to your standards means that you think they're lesser than you.
Yep, part of the Marxist plan to divide us. Well, welcome. Tell everyone a little bit about yourselves.
Oh, man. Well, we both started as individual content creators talking about politics and a lot of social issues. And we met on TikTok about 5 years ago. I don't think it was. Sorry.
That we. Sorry.
I guess we just got to get closer.
Come closer, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Maybe
it's
the
okay.
way I have it, I don't know how to change that. Actually.
Yeah, we met about 5 years ago on TikTok. She tried to help me when my account was taken down, and I had a podcast at the time. Invited her on as a guest on my podcast, and eventually
It was on TikTok. They probably took it down on you.
Yeah, quite a few times.
Oh, a few times, yes.
She eventually was taken down.
I don't do TikTok.
Yeah, we hit 1 million on TikTok. She was taken down, and then we kept trying to. We made, I think, 20 accounts, and they just kept taking them down. So we gave up on TikTok. Now we're starting.
I beat you.
Yeah.
On YouTube, they've taken 23 accounts down though.
Oh, wow.
YouTube? Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're not letting us stream there right now. I can check. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, so we Yeah, now we're trying on X. We haven't had any issues on X so far. It's just really hard to gain a following on there.
The algorithm is not the same as TikTok's.
Instagram, we got pretty far, and they took us down there, so we're trying our second attempt on there. And
yeah, 40K, we got to get down overnight, no warnings, just it was gone. So we had to start over there.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, trying to build it up and then just having this no problem. Like nothing.
Yeah, because you were talking about the same subjects. They're censoring.
Yep.
Thank heavens for Twitter finally. So, although there's some things you might not agree with Elon Musk, at least the free speech part.
Yes,
good.
Definitely love that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The types of things that we talk about aren't really that controversial. I mean, we talk politics, but not to the extent of conspiracies or things like that we think could be happening behind the scenes. We talk mostly social issues.
Yeah, social political issues.
Yeah. So we don't throw out just like, oh, this is this is a conspiracy that we believe in. It's just, hey, this is what.
So you didn't talk against the jab at all?
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
but it was more like
that's
used humor.
The biggest thing that got me. That and the election fraud.
We used humor and satire to address those. And we do skits. I yell at the phone with a spoon or a floof, and I hit people. So
we know that those topics do get people taken down. So we don't get into depth on those. We just make funny skits for them.
Right.
Where can people find you both? Are you both on the same platform, or you do separate ones, or?
So she has she's a musician and an artist, so she has her own platform. That's
on Instagram.
Yeah, that's more for that. But we do our videos together on Politicrats, and on Instagram we'd be Politicrats 2 now because we had to make another one. So, but we're just on X and Instagram right now, and she is on YouTube.
And I have a YouTube. I've had a YouTube for a while, but I couldn't do YouTube and TikTok. But now I'm on YouTube because I was kicked off of TikTok now. So same. So Kenyan Hippie or African Hippie, I'm on YouTube. Politicrats on X and Instagram. Yeah.
That really pees you off when they take you down when you put so much time into it.
It's so frustrating. Oh my gosh.
And we don't make money on it. We don't do it for money.
Me too.
Yeah.
In fact, for years it's cost me money having StreamYard and that. Now, finally, I was able to get enough that they would allow me on Rumble to go live and stream to several more platforms. What I used to do is go live and I'd stream it, then I'd restream it to more platforms, and then restream it to more platforms. I'd have to run it like 3 times everything, and stuff like that. And their community standards, you never really find out exactly what they are, do they?
You broke the standard. What was it?
Which one?
We don't need to tell you, but you broke
it. Explain those standards,
Tell me exactly which one.
So how can I fix it if I don't know what I did?
Yeah, exactly. You go through that type of thing, and that, well, at least it hasn't cost you money that much, really, has it?
That's a lot of effort and time.
Have you ever had? You said something about once they doxed you or something.
Quite a few times. We've been doxed quite a few times.
Oh yeah.
How does that work? Like me, they just try to take down my platforms and stuff like that.
Oh, they've done that to us, obviously, a lot. They've gotten her. They've gotten her phone number. We're texting her. She had to get a robot blocking app to just block out all these things. I mean, they're just nonstop. They were trying to find the exact places that we would go to. We would go to a farmer's market, and they would find exactly where it is. Like, I know where you are. This is where you are. I'm gonna come get you.
Right.
It's just.
They're tracking you with your phone.
I don't know. Just people that knew the area from videos that we saw.
Right, so they pay attention to the surroundings and we know.
Oh, they could see, yeah.
Right. So, or emails. They send emails.
Yeah, they've even tried to contact Kenya and to the police to tell them not to let us in because we're bad people. So.
Were you at Kenya at the time or something?
No, we were here, but we go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. I was. So they try to get you revoked because you're a citizen, right?
Yep.
No. And did they try to block that happening? You becoming a citizen or anything?
She was left leaning when she became a citizen. She voted. She was an
American citizen, but she may naturalized. I was more left leaning, but he was talking about Kenyan citizenship.
Oh yeah, I don't have Kenyan citizenship yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But for me, I do have, and I go home all the time. But they tried to email the Kenya police. She's married to this guy. This guy is a bad guy. Don't allow him into the country.
All the hate's on the left.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. And they project everything.
They
That's
project everything they accuse you of. Yes.
Yep.
Now, they ever affected your jobs or physically attacked either one of you?
No, we're pretty safe with our jobs. You know, we can't really get fired. So
Yeah, and I'm self-employed, so
Yeah.
if they told on me to myself, you know.
yeah.
But they have. So there was an article that ran. So I was in the Trump campaign, with a few other ladies where we say we are not with her, we're not with Kamala Harris, and I was unnamed, and I went unnamed for a reason, because again my name is very unique and it's not hard to find me online, because there unfortunately have been a few articles published about my modeling and my singing by a Kenyan newspaper that's online. So this guy, I don't even know what journalist, some weird leftist journalist, went online, went out of his way to find my information, and did an article saying, oh, this is what her name is. And he kept saying both my names, my legal names, and calling us MAGA operatives. And he went to our X account to prove how, I'm so, what did he say? I'm a self-hating black person.
Yeah, because we have.
Yeah, you didn't become a racist until became a conservative, right?
Yeah, we have merchandise that says "I am not a color,"
Right.
Stuff that's saying that we don't value race.
Yeah.
And so that makes her self-hating.
So I diminish my black race and black people, and
which makes us racist.
I was like, that's the point.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
It's called like Midas something, the media. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious.
And they hated. You see that video right there where it says like we have an igloo and an igloo.
Yeah, that's he tried
Which
describing it. It was pretty funny.
He said I took part in a racist video that I think is funny, but it mocks race. What did he say? Something about I don't know.
Yeah, the one that says she's from the equator. It was a funny skit that we made that went viral on every platform that we played it on.
Yeah. He did.
So I won't turn up the sound, but there you go.
Yeah.
So very cool. So do you ever get the problem with the white black? You guys are married together, this and that crap.
Only
from leftists, right?
Yeah. Well, no, actually. So we on TikTok we didn't get many of the white nationalists, which most of the ones that we would get would be in European countries.
Mm-hmm.
That would say, why would you marry a black woman? But we, like I'm telling you, in the 5 or 6 years that we were on there, maybe a handful of comments like that from white Europeans. Hundreds from black Americans,
Mm-hmm.
saying that, she's betraying her race. So we get a lot more hate from black leftists than we did than white ones. But now that we're on X, we do get a lot of the white nationalists, if you want to call them, and a lot of them are pro-Trump, but that's expected considering he's.
I kind of wonder if they're trolls, because everyone I know.
Oh no, these are.
Yeah, I mean, we. So there is there's not many of them, but there is a group of, I guess you want to say, white nationalists and black nationalists that voted for Trump just because he's the most pro
immigrants,
getting rid of illegal immigrants candidate.
Right.
That's the only reason why they vote for him. But most of them have socialist values, and so I mean, they're not really for him for his policies or any things that he talks about. It's more or less they just want to get rid of illegal immigrants, and that's why they voted for him.
And legal, apparently,
and illegal ones too, I guess.
Right.
So this is me at a lot of events.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's Hawa. She made her own dress there.
That's amazing.
She's from
leftist more than a chocolate woman in Trump March.
Guess where she's from?
Black and white, you say chocolate and vanilla, because
Guess where she's from? She's from Liberia or whatever.
She looks African. She has African features.
Yep, she was born there.
The Liberian girl.
Yeah, believe it or not, she survived abortion. They tried to abort her, and she survived.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah, we were all together, and that's the time when I got my chest beat in.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! I'm glad you survived that.
Yeah, they tried to use chemicals to abort her, and she survived.
Yeah, she was meant to be here.
This one's from Brooklyn. Was at a DC. I've been to many DC events together with a lot of them. Trinity, she goes by.
Okay.
So I'm not great with names.
I feel
So
like a lot of guts too. I mean, I live in Florida,
I
so
needed to shave there.
yeah.
Anyways, so
hmm
yeah. Anyway, so how's the family? Are they becoming red pilled or not?
Which side?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little interesting with her family just because all the media that they get in Kenya is
CNN.
CNN. So there's a lot of fear there, oh, you need to watch out. Here, there's a lot of racism. They don't like immigrants, and
They
she
need
has,
to turn off the TV.
yeah, that's the
Exactly what I
problem.
said. Exactly what I. There's a lot of fake news. The little what else? The little magazines that the fake news ones. They're always just spreading nonsense, like the People magazine kind of. But
Like,
Well, it's 24-hour hate Trump, right?
yeah,
yeah, so it's all about Trump did this, Trump will do this, Trump is destroying America.
Yeah, yeah. This whole deportation thing's they're starting to say they're going to start taking African Americans back
Right.
and all that.
Oh, you wait. The kind of comments I get are, oh, you wait, they're gonna come for you. And I'm like, they can come. You can send them now.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll just say hello.
You give them the ICE number. You give them the number. Go
Right.
ahead.
Hey, I have had Kenyans attacking me online.
Oh, really?
Because I'm pro, I'm pro ICE. I've done a few dances of Ice Baby,
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, how can you be supporting this and you're a Kenyan? I'm like, because I'm not illegal. I don't want illegals here. Is that so hard to understand? It's crazy.
yeah.
I believe in legal and just check the people coming in, and there should be a limit to how many per year type thing.
And after the vetting I have been through,
Yeah,
why
what's
would
the process like? I got some many friends that were thinking of trying to come to America. Is it real hard to go through that's the whole system?
It's very hard. It's very expensive. It cost me about $10,000 average between the background checks, the police certificates, the medicine, you need to take the jab, some vaccinations, you need to do the interview. It's just a lot. It's a lot mentally. Even becoming a citizen, you have to take a test now. I mean, we've always had to take a test, but you have to study 100 questions. They're going to ask 10 of them. Now here they've reduced
Most American history, right?
American history, government. It's like a civics and history test. So it's not easy to prepare. I prepared for months. So when I say I'm a citizen, it's been hard earned. So to see someone just kind of sneaking over the border, and I'm like, no, go back, come back the right way. I have no mercy for you. Oh, they're separating children. I'm like, they could have gone all together, like Tom Holland said. No one had to be separated, right? So if anything, my husband actually says I'm kind of on the fascist side because I told him if I was in charge of immigration reform, things would change. It's like, maybe that's a bit extreme. I was like, well,
So I did see. I don't have it up here right now, but you did a video about the trans issue thing. Explain that one.
Which video?
Yeah, we've done a few.
She did a one on the trans issue. I could bring that up. Was
okay, yeah, because I've done a bunch of them.
Okay.
Satire, recall some.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can.
Hi, friends. When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
And got so much.
You know what those people have in common? People are so full of themselves, so self-centered and self-centric. They need the world to revolve around them.
I bet you got some serious trans hate from that one.
Oh, that's a little tip of the iceberg. I have gone deeper into this. I've said there's not so such thing as trans kids. I talked about Lily Tino, Mr. Lily Tino, the one who goes into Disney saying, "I am male, it's male." That guy, the man mocking womanhood and being a misogynist in the name of a trans woman. And I've called him out, and of course I get the same amount of hate. I mean, Blair White is a trans woman and she's conservative, and and I say she because she's earned that pronoun, you know what I'm saying? And she gets the same amount of hate as I do, which is funny, But I've always been, again, I'm very, people can be who they want to be, right? But there's a line, if you're not trying to pass and you think you're going to now mock me and say we are the same, no, we're not. Don't mock me. I'm a woman. You're a wannabe woman. You want to present, that's fine, you present as you wish, but that does not make you a woman. I have talked about, again, actually in threads is where I like trolling the leftists on threads, so I just speak my mind there. And I remember on Mother's Day I said, today is to celebrate all the women who have given birth and who have the parts for giving birth, even if they have not. And I said, it's not for the guys. You guys in dresses, Father's Day is your day, so wait.
There you go.
I got a lot of it, but also got a lot of love. And I said I had 20 hours of labor. And then some women are like, oh, why did you have to say that? I was like, because it's significant. Because a man with testes and a scrotum will not have to go through 20 hours of labor. That's why I said that. It qualifies me as a
Two
man.
genders.
Yes. Yep. I said there are two genders. And they're like, oh, but this splits. And I was like, that's intersex. That's an anomaly. You know, trans is not a known anomaly. It's just a mental issue. Yep. Something is wrong up here. Even if, no matter what you say, there's some trauma there. The detransitioners have proven this over and over again. And it's just narcissists. All that has happened now is the trans, like I said, the trans, what do I call them? Or the transformers, but you know, it's a social contagion. It's a grooming platform. They're being given social media platforms to air their nonsense and their desires, and they're making it normalized, and kids are just buying into it. Parents are being brainwashed, and essentially, you'd rather have a trans child or a dead child. I'm like, they're gonna die anyways by transitioning because it's a lot for them to handle. It's a social contagion. When I say that, people are all over my, so.
I've had detransers on here hating on the way they were pushed and this and that. They didn't get the surgeries, thank heavens. They were taking the testosterone and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one young girl that I won't mention her name in this and that because she ran away from home at 14 because her mom was trying to make her into a boy and stuff. In California, they were going to force her to have the surgery.
California, always California, and New
York.
York.
Husband, so she could get the daughter trans and all this kind of stuff. So she's in another state now. Thank heavens. So,
if she needs help and reach out, she'll find out what she needs to do. Whatever, whether it's support, emotional support. I'm always here for that kind of stuff. I actually had one of my friends. I say friends on a loosely, but we were TikTok mutuals, and she called me saying, "Hey, I need your help. What's going on?" Or two of my kids are claiming they're trans. I was like, they're not. They're not trans. They're hanging out with some people feeding them this information. I said, hold your ground. She said, I am, but it's really hard because they're saying they won't talk to me. I'm not affirming them. I said, your job as a parent is to guide, not affirm. You're not their friend. You're their mom. Be their mom.
It's a mental illness,
when it's spreading. It's spreading like wildfire.
My daughter at 9 years old, this is 3 years ago. She came home one day with a lesbian flag that they made. And she goes, Dad, look, a lesbian flag. Like I'm a lesbian. And I'm like, can you tell me what that is? She's like, I forgot what it is, but I learned that they're oppressed. And
the oppressed versus the oppressors. The white Christian male is the oppressor, and everyone else is the oppressed.
Cis-het white male.
Yeah, there you go. So they certainly hate Christian.
Yeah, so my first wife was Asian, and so I have a lot of Asian kids, and now my wife is African, so I have some African children, and I have a daughter that I had before when I was.
You wouldn't think the Asians would buy into this.
Yeah, well, it's messed up because this was during a time when we were introducing the race bullcrap into schools, and I had to have my white daughter and my Asian son. My Asian son, I mean, it was my wife's son who she had with her first husband.
Okay.
But I started dating her when he was 1. So I raised him as
so he knows only you.
Yeah, he graduated high school. I mean, he's going to be 20 soon. So he was in high school with my daughter, who are the same age and the same grade. And they had to take this racial sensitivity training. And my daughter, they had to see how she's
an oppressive
figure because of her skin color in the same class as my son. And I'm like, they live in the same house, they have the same exact privileges, but she's being taught that she has more privilege than him, and he's, it's stupid.
It's brainwashing.
Yeah. But I don't know if we're going to win this now. Did you ever have any white liberals, like you go to school board meetings or anything like that, and get in your face?
I haven't gone to any school.
White liberal women are the worst. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. The white liberal, I call them the white saviors. They have to be. They try so hard to be so relevant, so they take on all these things. I'm like, don't talk on my behalf. I am not oppressed. Stop insulting me.
Oh, you've had some that assumed that you're liberal, haven't you?
Oh, of course. And I tell you all the time, it's a trick. I'm like, oh, I know I look liberal. Then I open my mouth, they're like, ugh. Oh, we love black people, not you. Not you.
Yeah, they're the ones that we call them Ku Klux Karens.
Yes.
You know, they have that what's that, racism of low expectations?
Yes, the bigotry of low expectations when it comes to me.
Yeah.
I have gone head to head with them though at a protest.
Yeah. I usually argue against the men fighting for them. There's some white feminist males that
I call them meninists.
Too much soy boy.
Yeah, they try to talk like there's no such thing as alpha, and that, you know, real men care about, you know, these racial issues and stuff. It's just messed up, and they got their name painted.
It's kind of because that's what they're pushing in these schools.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of the white men end up growing up hating themselves for being a white male and all that.
Yep,
that's why the suicide rate's so much higher with kids now.
It's bad.
They're telling boys you can't be masculine.
Yeah.
Being masculine is oppressive. So what do we have now? Women trying to be masculine.
Yeah.
And the men being feminine. It's all backwards now, and I don't like it.
You're basically fighting your biology. You know, something you can't really change, and it. What do you do when you can't fight something about you that you can't change? You get into an identity crisis. You don't know what to do.
They're making big money off from it, though.
They are.
Yeah. With all the hormone pills and the surgeries and all that kind of stuff, and that's why they're pushing it. Those people behind that is so nuts.
Yeah, you'll see if you check YouTube, especially this man called Andrew Gold, I think. His show is called Heretics, his channel. He's interviewed at least more than 35 detransitioners.
And I haven't had that many.
Way too far. They've changed chemically now. They have deep voices for the women. They've cut off part of their body for the men. And now they're like, oh, they lied to me. I'm not really a woman. I could have told you that without you having to take all the stuff you took. But, you know.
I've had about 6. They call it AGP or something like that. That this one guy who he says all I really was a gay man, and they pushed me into this and had my parts cut off.
Yep, the tomboys are now men.
Yeah, they do it early. They want to get to them really early so that they don't go through puberty. And
by design, yep.
And it's. Go ahead.
I think you'll find that the people who require validation, the people who are claiming to be of other genders, they need that validation to feel more empowered into that crazy idea. They will go after those who...
They get some dysphoria every time they get a surgery thinking they're becoming something they aren't.
But they will also go after those who are weakest and trying to validate them. And that's children.
You need validation.
They'll surround themselves with children because children are most likely to be impressionable to believe it.
And there's a lot of groomers in that group.
Exactly.
And puberty is awkward. We can all admit that. So that's when that's the prime time. Oh, you hate feeling this way? We can fix that.
Yeah. And we'll make money for the rest of your life, and you'll die young.
Yep.
Which is part of their goal. They want us to die right after 65. They want us to work until then, and then you can die. They don't want to use you anymore. That's it. I think part of it's population control. So
that's exactly what I was about to say. Depopulation. Actually, you know what? The first time I lost not the first time, probably the third time, I lost my TikTok account. It was a little glitchy, so I got it back immediately. But I posted a video talking about the trans issue and saying between the trans issue, the activism, and the abortion clinics, Planned Parenthood, because the DNC had a clinic outside the convention. And if you remember, there was a Planned Parenthood clinic, little mobile station right outside there. And I said, this is all depopulation. That video stayed 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds on TikTok. It was taken down and I got banned.
That fast? They must have computerized ways of taking
anything depopulation. That word, use that word on TikTok. It's done. You're done. But that's what it is.
The only part about the depopulation theory that puzzles me is that it's all depopulation of the most ignorant, if you want to say that. You know, it's the lower educated that are the ones that are getting abortions.
Well, probably actually in a way high educated, but programmed.
But yeah, but I mean, abortions. That's usually a majority of abortions are people who probably don't have a higher education, who have really low reading.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
You have those getting the jab, you know, and
easily influenced.
They're the most easily influenced. So those are the people you'd want to have the most control over, not the people that you'd want to die. And that's the part that puzzles me. You know, they're the ones that are going to get anything you want them to inject into their body. The ones that you're going to want to transition and not be able to reproduce. those aren't the ones that the ones. Those are the ones who are the easiest to control. So why would those be the ones that you want to kill?
Yeah.
That's what puzzles me about the whole theory of the population.
Yeah, because the Mormons and the ones up in Pennsylvania there. I forget the ones that are Amish. That's the word I'm looking for. See, I had the stroke and I have a hard time coming up with some words once in a while. The Amish, they're having kids, and they're not for that. In fact, they're living a lot longer, not taking the jab and getting all sprayed and this and that. Mm-hmm. So you're right, Gregory, on all those comments. I was reading some of the comments. Okay, yes, you can't see them because Wimkin I can't bring up here, but on that, talk a little bit about this picture. That is funny as heck.
Oh boy!
I went to a motorcycle meet with my brother, and there was a girl there who had a pet raccoon, and all the guys were like, "Is that a raccoon?" And they're like, "I don't know." And she saw us looking. She's like, "You guys want to hold it?" And everybody's like, "Hell no!" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So my wife's been called a coon so many times. We have raccoons everywhere around our house. We just find that hilarious. Yeah. So I went to pet it, and I crawled up on my shoulder, and I took a bunch of pictures, and I instantly sent her one. And
raccoons are nice when they're young. When they get older, they get mean. When they get old, wow, you should send it to some of them that are all upset about you getting married and say, "Oh, here's me and my wife or something."
Yeah. I think she posted that one.
I said, if you know, you know, because people know what I mean, our tag, our slogan is the Coon and the Colonizer. Yeah. So this is like perfect. I was like, look, babe, it's me.
It's funny because they call me Colonizer all the time. And they call her a Coon all the time.
I've never been called Colonizer, but I could see where it would happen.
Yeah, we put that in our bio, and then when people come into our profiles, just look at their bio. You know that they're bad. It's like because we put words that you call us in it,
right?
It's like it pisses them off more than anything, which is why we have it in
there. But pretty much every race did colonizing and slave owning at one period or time or another. Mm-hmm. I don't think there is one race that did. And a lot of the African Americans were sold by other African Americans, and the biggest slave owner in the South was black.
Oh yeah, they don't like hearing that.
They don't want to hear that. They get triggered.
Basically, whoever won the war, whoever won the territory, whoever wins in history will always be the most hated and the only one that's blamed. That's just usually how it is.
Well, I think a lot of the Marxists are using that to cause this oppressed and oppressors to cause the divide. Go ahead.
One thing that we always talk about, which I wish more people would talk about, is one of the biggest instruments of division is pride. And Adolf used it with the Germans to separate themselves from the Jews. I mean, you don't have to physically remove anybody. All you have to do is inject this idea of pride that creates.
He was putting hate when he was.
They'll divide themselves. And right now we are in a society of pride in everything, your sexuality, your gender, your race, your education, like everything. And it's everybody's dividing themselves. And that's all they have to do is just promote pride as a good thing for you to be prideful in this. If you're prideful in the same thing, you'll unify, like if you come together as an American.
Right, American pride. Everyone is American.
You'll unify under that, but then you'll also distance yourself from other nations because that's just how pride works. But right now we have people that are being told not to be proud to be American, and they're burning the flag. Mm-hmm. So pride.
Well, some of their marches in that they sing "No USA at all," no Trump, no, and the last line is "No USA at all."
Mm-hmm.
But that is the instrument that's being used to divide Americans for political gain and power. And no matter who we talk to about it, saying, "Hey, this pride is bad," everybody fights you.
I think there's a lot of globalist money behind it. The Soros.
There is, yeah.
White
and
pride.
He's using the same tactics that every author.
White pride. Look at the white pride. KKK. Black pride. Black activists. BLM.
Yeah.
Antifa. Trans pride. Trans activists. Gay pride. Look at the alphabet mafia.
Yeah. Feminists.
Yeah.
There you go. And I think it was less than 2% owned slaves, even in the South back then. Because a lot of poor farmers didn't have any, and stuff like that. And it mainly happened during about a 90-year period, I think it was. I'm not sure. Maybe someone will correct me in the chat there. I was reading some of the chat. Greg's coming up with a lot of good comments. Maybe I'll send you the link later and you can read them and stuff like that. So you guys got any events? Are you going to any more things? Any think maybe I could go down there and go live.
We've
If you go
been
to DC, I go there.
what was it? That one that went to with Candace.
TPA, the Blexit.
Blexit invited us out to an event, flew us out there, paid for us to stay and everything, and we had the VIP. We got to go back and meet her and Brandon Tatum.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was really.
Wow.
And so we got to network with a lot of the people there, and then that turned into a TPA unit. So we had Charlie Kirk was there and everything, and we met him, and but we were invited to other ones, but because of our schedule and everything, we had to say no to a couple.
Yeah, it was super.
So
last minute.
Yeah, so we're trying to see if we can go to a couple more of those, the TPA, the Turning Point USA's, or the Blexits.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah,
those are good. If it's close enough to me, I don't want to give away your location because I know you're doxxed and all that. Might you be heading up to the DC area for anything at some point?
If there's any events up there, we would go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if your jobs allow you to do that and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, our jobs aren't. We're just so busy with it. We just work so much. I work 7 days a week, and she owns her own little business, so she's always working too, even on weekends, and so it's just busy. And we have custody things. I have a previous marriage. She's a previous marriage that we share custody with, so it makes it difficult with rearranging.
Someone asked if your guys are going to have kids together.
We do.
We do.
We probably have more.
They were asking if you were going to. You already do have kids.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They want you to be parents, I guess.
Yeah.
Totally. So bring your kids up right. Homeschooling, hopefully.
Yeah, we actually our little girl. She was so little at the time. We took her to the Blexit event with us in Michigan, and it was fun. Everybody loved her. So we would prefer not to bring our children to those things, but she was so little at the time, and she wasn't.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to trust what you see these videos of these caretakers of kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Until
I kind of don't agree with Head Start and this and that. They're poisoning them already at Head Start in a lot of those cases, stuff like that. So maybe you can homeschool them, but I don't know if your job would let you do that.
Yeah, we'll be homeschooling.
Hopefully. It's not always easy. I know we've been talking. I grew up in a family of 8 myself, 8 kids. So I don't know if you're both from big families, but so are you getting? Have you been disowned by any of your family members on either side?
I have. No, my family's pretty conservative. I have one cousin who married a black girl in Texas,
liberal,
and they're very pro BLM, and we've gotten into arguments, and we've got. We don't talk anymore. And then I have another.
You'd think being in Texas, they wouldn't be that way,
Yeah, I know. They probably live in a big blue city. I'm not sure which one, but I also have another cousin who married a illegal immigration lawyer.
Oh wow, they're way on the left then.
Yeah, they were going to the events with the pink pussy hats and everything. And she actually passed away 2 years ago. Her heart just stopped and she died. She was
You're right, Mark.
But she was big on the vaccinations. They were all, boosted and everything and healthy, no issues. All of a sudden, he was here visiting and she just passed away. And he called her and she wasn't answering and found her on her couch. So.
Was it from the jab?
We think so.
Yeah,
it was like a blood clot type of situation. So.
Yeah.
I haven't been disowned by family just because my family just expects anything from me. And most of them are in Kenya. But I do have a very close friend I grew up with in elementary school and such. And he and I really clashed when he said, I can't believe you're going to vote for Trump. And, you're seen as, he basically called me a black token girl, I was like, how dare you? First of all, I was like, you just ask me why I'm voting for the guy first. Why don't you come from a place of curiosity, right? I know it looks weird to you. Just ask me and I'll tell you. Don't insult my intelligence by telling me I shouldn't be doing this because he's racist and Kamala is a black woman and you're a black woman. So I was like, ew. Anyway, we're not on speaking terms anymore. I said I owe you no explanations. I owe you no justifications. You clearly don't respect me. He was always the smartest kid in the class. So I guess he still sees himself that way in a way. I was feeling very patronized. So I just told him, you know what, if you cannot have a conversation, we're done. So that went. So, yeah.
What I find is absolutely hilarious is, how CNN is constantly playing, leftist media in general takes up, 75% of American media? And everybody calling Trump an authoritarian doesn't realize that if a majority of the media about you in your own country is negative, you're not authoritarian. You're
Right.
not, it would all be positive if need be. And all this media is negative outward. When you go to Kenya, when you go to other countries, it's always negative. And it's like, if he had any control, if you'd be like North
If he was
Korea,
a dictator,
yeah,
you guys would not be hearing
He'd
anything.
be the one censoring if he was a dictator.
Right.
everything would be positive about him.
Right.
That's how it works. That's
Like,
yeah,
A lot of them are having a cow about not funding NPR. It doesn't stop NPR. It stops tax dollars going to it.
exactly.
And the same thing with the.
It sounds like he's trying to censor them, and it drives me nuts.
They always do.
Yeah.
They're always allowed. And some people are asking if you're on Rumble or YouTube.
We are on YouTube. We have Kenyan Hippie, African Hippie.
Yeah, go look for African Hippie. I'll come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
And today we'll actually be doing a video after this where we talk about the racism.
You get censored there?
Not yet.
On YouTube, not yet.
Really,
it's really small.
She just started out doing the politics on there like a couple months ago, so it's really, really small.
I used to post very sporadically.
Yeah.
So not yet at the censorship level. Maybe I'll get there.
I used to have 187,000 on there
Wow.
before Biden came in. When Biden came in, they keep taking down the channels. After that.
Yeah.
The second he was sworn in, I lost several channels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Kenya, the president there right now, is good friends with Biden, and he's changing a lot.
A lot of laws,
Yeah.
a lot of bureaucracy laws to look like almost like a Western.
Censoring?
They're trying to westernize
it's terrible. It's terrible. It is. Oh my God, it's a mess. He's basically selling Kenya out to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I don't know. So is it hard for you to go back? Is there like the cops come down on you or anything like that?
Oh, there's been a lot of protests because they're trying to enact a lot of property taxes and raise taxes. Yeah, raise taxes on a lot of things as the left likes to do, and everybody's rebelling.
They want control.
Yeah, and people are rebelling and they're getting shot in the streets, and reporters are going up missing.
Social media influencers are being kidnapped.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
Are they killing their political opponents there?
Not outright, no. But I mean, in any Kenyan citizen protesting the government is just kind of, it's at your own risk.
Yeah.
You might go bye right there in front of you.
Just disappear you.
Yeah. Well, there's videos of police. They carry AKs there, and there's people with microphones. They just pop and just drop them, get in the car, and drive away. And it's all on camera, and
they don't care.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
And the president has given the militia all the power, so no one can say anything. It's crazy.
How's the economy there? Do they allow business?
Yes, but
it's
a
difficult.
Lot of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
A lot of bureaucracy.
A lot of government control in the business. They need to have.
You better pay someone off to have a business, right?
Yes, that and the corruption. So between the corruption and the bureaucracy.
It's pretty common in a lot of the African countries after they had to fight for their freedom from whoever the European country that had control of them. Once they became liberated, they enacted a lot of more communist or socialist government controlling laws into everything.
So that hurts the economy.
It does, yeah, because you can't be free market. So if you want to open up a business, you have so much regulation and you have to go through so much that the government has to approve. They basically run your company.
You pay someone off to get your thing done.
You grease a lot of palms.
Yes.
For everything.
You said that with a building inspector here.
Yep.
I haven't been trying to put up a roof thing for over the steps. It's been months. It turns out that the guy finally was forced to resign because he was taking payoffs. He had to pay him off to get it approved.
Oh.
So now they were looking for a new one. They still don't have it approved.
Yeah, in Kenya you pay everyone off. The cops,
everybody.
The traffic cops, the lawyers. Everyone just needs a little some.
And they kind of target white people because they think you have more money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So you've experienced while you're there.
Yeah, we got pulled over a couple times because they saw a white guy in the vehicle, and they're kind of.
And they want you to give them money to get away, to let you go.
Yep.
They haven't jailed you or anything, hopefully.
No. They just kind of harass you a little bit.
Like, hey.
They kind of hint that they want money, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't even hint. It's very direct. It's very shamelessly direct.
Yeah.
What if you record them, video record them?
We record a lot when we're there. You just don't get a lot of that in the action because you're trying to enjoy the drives and the scenery and your experience there. But even we went to the airport and we were leaving, and she's like, "Do you have seashells?" And you're going through the X-ray. Do you have seashells in your bag? Yeah. I need you to open your bag. Okay.
Just here's some money. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Okay. Closes it back up. Pushes it. It's like, that's not even illegal. I'm like, why? You know, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
So they want to hold you up. Now, does her family accept you?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, they love me.
My mom is actually visiting.
She's actually visiting from Kenya right now. It's her first time leaving the country, and she's here. She's helping watch.
But she knows you're conservative.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's good.
She's a little conflicted. I mean, she hears from her daughter and her, I don't know, what would be her cousin, niece.
Yeah, my cousin.
Her cousin's pretty left leaning. She's been here.
Oh,
do they accept you?
Yeah. Yeah, and she pushes in her ear, "Oh, America's racist," and so on, and then
Trump
she talks to her daughter. And her
I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So this actually blew my. She told me this yesterday. I didn't know about this, but her mom, she has a couple businesses in Kenya where she makes clothing, and she wanted to send us some clothes, and she went to her cousin who lives here because she was visiting to bring them back with her, and she wouldn't bring mine back because I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I hear you.
And she's the one talking about how racist America is.
I'm like, the racist is saying America is racist. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's like somebody projecting a little bit.
Now, were you on the left at one time?
We both were.
We both were.
Yeah.
Oh, you were leftist at one time?
We were not lunatics.
Yeah.
But
we were leftists when leftist wasn't crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
We were not
crazy. Yeah, a lot of people said the leftists left them. You know.
Yes, the left left us. I actually did a video where I said why I left the left. And I explained all these things, and it's on my YouTube. For those who want to go check it out.
So, what year did you both walk away together, or?
No, we didn't know each other at that point. So we met on TikTok when we were both already conservatives. She was already a citizen.
So, what turned you both from the left to the right, so to speak?
Mine is a mixture of things. So. On some level, it's just discussions with other people about welfare. And I remember I had this photographer in New York who I worked with, and we get into conversations. And he was very much conservative, and he'd talk about welfare, and I'd just get so passionately angry. He was like, I know you say you're a liberal, but I think you're conservative. I was like, why? He was like, you're very angry about welfare. So what conversations like?
It would be a conservative issue because we're the one paying for it.
That's exactly why I was so mad. I was like, they're taking my taxes. And then this was before I naturalized, so I'm still a green card holder. And then after I naturalized and I went on TikTok and I'm sharing about African culture, and I'm telling the black people, I call them blacktivists, I'm saying you're not African just because you're black, because black doesn't mean African doesn't mean black. You can appropriate African culture. And I was getting so much hate from them. Of course, come to realize they were on the left. So I was like, why is it one group of black people in America is such a victim mentality kind of person? They're a collectivist group. And then the other side, I'm seeing conservative black people.
That's the only way it works, is to make you believe you're a victim.
Right. But that's what kind of pushed me more. I was like, oh, okay, so you guys don't like me. You took my black card. I started becoming more aware. And then Biden says, if you don't know if you're for me or Trump, you're not black. I was like,
what does a black card look like?
I know. I don't know. I never got to touch it. I was accused of speaking white, acting white. And then they made fun of my kids and called them half-breeds. I was like, they are not dogs. Don't call it. The racism was really coming out from the left. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm conservative. My values are more aligned on that direction. I like Trump. At the time, I actually didn't like him in 2020. I voted for him, but I didn't like him as a person. I just liked his policies. And then they were like, oh, how can you vote against your own interests? I was like, ew. So it was many, many things, noticing how the American Democrats, how they kind of like to divide people, like, oh, you're black, vote this way, you're white, vote this way, immigrants, vote this way. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do. And I'd actually registered to vote Democrat, and I unregistered and registered Republican. So it was a mixture of so many things, but I'm so glad I woke up.
Yeah, when I woke up, I wasn't really into politics in high school. When I came out of high school, that's when Obama...
Now, you were on the left and your family was conservative, though.
My mom wasn't. My mom wasn't into politics, but the rest of my family was.
Okay.
And I just wasn't really into politics,
Apolitical.
Yeah, I was apolitical. And I would hear, oh, no, if you don't vote for Obama, it's because you're racist. And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't they vote for him? I was very, very ignorant.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of the BLM stuff, and they're like, oh, all these bad things are happening.
You didn't know what he was promoting.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was, like I said, I was very ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, these poor black people, all these bad things are happening to them. Pro BLM.
Let's vote for Obama and fix this.
And then when I actually started like to speak out very ignorantly, and I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, I would hear a lot of them, oh, you don't have a say, you're white. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, because you're an oppressor and you have privilege.
But I'm on your side.
It's like, but I haven't done anything to you. So then the common sense started to kind of seep through the cracks, and I was like,
so you never got the white privilege card either, huh?
Yeah. So I needed to I started to read more into what was going on, and I was like, wow, this is a bunch of bullcrap.
Hypocrite. Yeah.
A bunch of hypocrisy. So. I started, and then I worked for a guy who he kind of influenced it too, because he's very democratic. He loves unions and so on. And ironically, his business went out of business, and I had to find a new job. But then when I worked for
unions are corrupt.
Yeah, and I worked for another business, and they were talking about that because they would bid against union companies, and these union companies, these guys are getting paid a crap ton plus their union dues, and taxpayers are paying for these government.
And they're giving it to Democrats.
White sheet jobs.
Right.
So we're overpaying for these jobs to get done because of the unions. They're paying so much extra, and of course,
less jobs get done that way.
Yeah, and because they donate to the Democratic Party, they're usually the ones that get the jobs over the non-union companies who can also bid. But it's so we're overpaying on these jobs for this. The taxpayers are overpaying on these jobs to get done. That money's going back into the Democratic Party, and I'm like, this is bullshit. So
get them elected.
Yeah, so it kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I started to pay more attention to the policies and things that I never paid attention to before, and then I started to be a little more outspoken about it, and that's when I created my first account on TikTok, and
that's how we met.
Yeah. So
thank heavens for TikTok.
Yeah. I started it as like an app to do videos with my kids, and we did like dancing videos and crap like that because they wanted to. And then after I got my divorce the first time, I was like, I want to do this more for me. I want to talk about things I want to talk about, because I had my family account with my kids, which also got banned because people doxed my original account and found that one and got rid of that one. And so then I was like, I'm just gonna do political stuff because I feel that's more important.
Well, that's what's in the news. It's important to know. Yeah. Now, did you find when you were working in the union, my cousin's a union electrician, they were starting to bring illegals in and training them to replace themselves.
Oh.
They were getting replaced by the people they were bringing in to train. They were making the union workers train the illegals. Did you have that happening in your field?
No, I wasn't in the union. But the guy who hired me the first time, he was pro-union. He just wasn't union himself. He wasn't big enough of a company to be union.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they've tried to recruit me into the union many, many times. I moved to Minnesota for a while, and their unions were paying really good money. So I was trying to join the union there. This is when I was still leaning towards the left. And it was just... After you find out, after you actually get into the bidding part of it through a business, you kind of see how it works, and you see the corruption behind it. So I was like, this is bogus. This shouldn't be happening. We're losing jobs to businesses that were able to bid much lower than because the people are corrupt in the local government, and they get kickbacks if they they hire these.
That's why they're politicians. They get so rich.
Yeah.
Just like Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that in Kenya as well, right?
Yes, Kenya. It's all about who you pay. I have seen buildings fall apart, like a Lego set, because the foundation is bogus. Because how did they get it built? They greased some palms. So no paperwork was filed properly. Everyone just got paid. Then the guy paid the other guy, and then the building went up, and then it fell apart. It's crazy.
And shoddy work and stuff like that. And your job as well, they must have done that, right? In your field? They did shoddy work because, you said you weren't actually union, though.
I do go back and fix a lot of jobs that unions have done.
Sure.
So, yeah.
My brother's now working in Florida, and they've been working on the boats, and they have to go back and repair a lot of what the illegals are doing. Especially, I went down there after the hurricane and worked for a bit, and this guy was begging me to work on his drywall because they were using their hands and putting drywall mud on and stuff like that.
Yeah, drywall with your
they did the job cheap, but it had to be all repaired. Some things they do okay as roofing and stuff like that, but in terms of doing drywall and that, don't hire them for drywall.
Skill. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea or the concept of what a union used to be and what it should be.
But
You know,
it's
back,
muddied.
yeah, back when the government was anti-union, that's when it was good. Because the union was about people banding together to say no to being undercut in wages. But now that the government got involved with it, they're in cahoots. Now it's bad.
They gain too much power, actually.
Exactly. Yes. Now it's a business. It's not an actual union of people. It's a business.
Yeah.
That's where I disagree.
And they're corrupt. They're willing to take payoffs to get certain things through that their normal union people wouldn't want.
And it's not. I mean, on top of that, you have these people who are just coming out of school. They're getting into these fields, and they can't outperform and replace people who have, if you want to call it tenure, they have higher positions. So you can't get rid of the people who have higher positions, even though they're not as good. Almost like a teachers union type of deal.
Right.
You can't create a better business because the unions kind of prevent that because they're protecting.
They protect everyone who doesn't need protection.
Based on
and there's some businesses you can't bid on certain contracts. It's union only bidding type thing, and it's.
And if we could bid on these government, I mean, when we do bid on government jobs, we have to pay a certain wages to the employees to kind of imitate as if we were a union, which to me, I make less than I make more than I would if I wasn't in a union. So it's for me, but we have a lot of lower guys that love that idea. But we could bid on these jobs and actually make it a lot less for taxpayers if we could bid on it like we do every other non-government job. And that's how it should be. But
well, that's what was happening to me. But a lot of the illegals weren't coming into the areas like at Ryan Homes and stuff like that, and the framing was crap. They'd constantly have to have one crew just going around fixing stuff, but they were getting these houses done really quick, really quick, and they'd put 20, 30, 40 guys on a thing, and they didn't have many power tools, but but they could give them lunch money, basically, and some food, a place to stay. That's what they were doing. They'd all show up in about 3 vans, and then I don't know if you've seen that. Are you in construction, or you don't want to say?
Yeah, I'm a glass glazer, so I do everything with glass, windows, doors, showers, basically anything that has glass or commercial buildings.
So you've done heights.
Yeah, when I was
I don't like them. I've worked on
when I applied for the union in Minnesota, it was paying quite a bit, but you'd have to work off of skyscrapers and hang off the side of the building to set glass and stuff like that. So it was, pretty crazy.
You had any close calls?
I have had quite a few.
Need to get him life insurance.
Yeah. Well, I had life insurance.
You need it in that field, huh?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. No, people, you get cut so easy. And
the cutting. Okay, I was wondering about falling.
Lost a finger.
Yeah, they almost lost a finger a couple months ago.
Wow. What? That somehow the stuff gets shattered or something?
No, just really sharp glass shards, especially really old buildings up north. They're what do you call annealed, so they're the ones that like break into like large pieces and they can just fall like a guillotine.
Real thick glass too, right?
Yeah, and you have to break that out to install newer style ones that are safety glass or whatever, and just getting those out is so dangerous.
And it'll cut right through gloves, won't it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I don't know. So hopefully your business is doing well, and they haven't affected your job. Mm-hmm. Are you self-employed at this?
No, but I don't want to say it's family run, but it's really tight knit. It's a big business.
Okay, amazing employers. Yeah. They're too lenient, in my opinion.
Too lenient?
They're good guys. If I was the employer, some of the stuff his colleagues get away with, they'd have been gone.
It's a very family oriented place. They make you feel like family. So.
Even
maybe they'll end up watching this. So we don't want to say too much.
They're very conservative too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So you used to have Rush Limbaugh on the radio at one time or something, right? Or how long have you been conservative? How long when you both flipped?
Dude,
20.
I was much earlier than you were.
Okay.
I started maybe 10 years ago. Maybe I really started getting into politics. and became more conservative.
For me, it's been about 5 years,
Yeah.
give or take. Yeah.
So you voted against Trump the first time?
Oh no, I voted. No. I naturalized in 2019. So my first time voting was 2020, and I voted for Trump.
Oh, okay. Good
Yeah.
girl.
I voted for Trump in the official election, but I voted for Ben Carson originally in the primaries. So
Ben Carson. Oh, okay. I remember him. Yeah. I know him. And that financially, I don't think he had the chance. But he's the surgeon that.
Yeah,
very good.
It's funny because when I originally voted for him, I've never seen the Democrats as nasty as it was in Trump's first term. And when I originally voted for Ben Carson, my idea was I love.
Oh, they lied like you wouldn't believe too.
Yeah, they were just vicious. And Ben was very intelligent. He was able to express things, very intellectually. He was very calm and collected. And after I saw how the Democrats were acting and treating their opponents, I was like, we need somebody who's vicious. We need somebody who's kind of
can
prick.
Fight back.
Yeah. And that's why
willing to say it like it is.
Yeah, and I wanted Ben Carson, but more than I wanted Trump. But I thought Trump was more what we needed at the time because I thought that he was more stable, stand his ground, not give in and try to make friends with, you know what I mean? Like,
Ben Carson would be great at certain cabinet positions.
But I think if he would have been president, he would have been trying to please too many people, and I think he would have tried to give in to some of the Democrat BS. And
he's too timid.
Thinking back, Trump was
well. Do you think they would have called him a coon? No.
Oh, of course.
They were calling him a coon before he.
Oh, really?
Is it Brian Donalds, the one running for Florida governor?
Daniels.
No,
I'm sorry. Brian Donalds?
Yeah, it's not Brian Donalds.
Donalds, yeah.
I think so,
I was thinking of the other guy.
Yeah, he's getting so much flack because he's a very proud black Republican man. And he's married to a white woman. So he gets the same amount of hate. And I'm just like, I got you. I know what you're going through. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll ask.
And if black people are so hypocritical, they're like, oh, we need black representation. Then they see a Republican.
You need the best representation.
Not you.
No DEIs.
I hate DEI. Oh my gosh. I had to argue with, so I think she's an immigrant, or a daughter of immigrants. She's dark skinned like me. And she was asking me, why are you so anti-DEI? I'm like, how are you not? Like, I made a video and I tried to be polite.
You want him to be your heart surgeon?
I was like, do you not realize DEI, like equity is the exact opposite of equality? Like, how
you gotta be confident they earn their position.
Yeah.
This is why I hit the phone. This is why, because I get upset and I get frustrated. So I just,
I bet you've been in some arguments. A lot of them I just forget about it, ignore them. And some of them, you must have had some of that happening.
Oh, I've had plenty.
Yeah,
oh,
we turn them into fun content. I think that's why we like them.
Yeah. We either mock them, or we make a skit.
We make skits. Our skits do really well. I don't make as many anymore, but
yeah, you should go back to making some. We should make one here.
Maybe I will.
I bet you come up with an idea and then you forget about it by the time you're going to do it.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, always like, that'd be a great idea. Then my ADHD kicks in. I'm like, what was I thinking about? Yeah.
So someone's asking if either one of you are ever going to run for office. You should.
She wants to.
I want to run for Republican office in Florida someday. I don't know when. Oh, it's going to be a lot, but I plan on it.
You got to get name recognition first. So start at a very low office and work your way up. Like
everyone I've spoken to so far in person, they say, when are you going to run for office? I'm going to vote for you. And I'm like, but you don't know me. They're like, we don't need to know you. We see you, So
well, it's sort of like Trump. You could have been saying all the stuff Trump's saying, but you wouldn't win unless you had name recognition. You got to get the name
exactly, and that's the trick. So yeah, definitely the lowest.
Well, maybe build up your TikTok and your YouTube and
like
all
I
that.
I know a Kenyan lady in, I think it might be Minnesota, babe. I don't.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, it has happened. I mean, look at Ilhan Omar. There are immigrants from Africa holding office titles. They run for office. But they run on a Democrat ticket. I do not want to run.
Yeah.
Now, are you in a district that would be Democrat or Republican?
Republican.
Oh, Republican.
Good shot at that.
It's Trump country. I live in Trump country. I wear my Trump hat all the time to the gym. I've made so many friends and enemies, I suppose.
Yeah. My state voted Republican in this last election, but we have a Democratic governor. So it's kind of a mix where I live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it changing? Is it becoming more red? It seems like
It's a toss up.
Yeah, it's a toss up.
Yeah, it's a toss up.
it's one of the swing states, huh?
It's a college town, so
Yeah.
you can guess.
We're getting we have universities there which are very left. We have
so left.
We have a park that we go to all the time. It's our favorite park, but there's a lot of protests there all the time. We actually anti-protested.
Yeah,
and,
twice.
Twice. So they were
well, if you go live, I'll restream it. If you want.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, because they do it all the time. We did one. It was
and just put your names across the bottom or something, and
yeah,
I'll have that going across the Chiron or whatever you call it there. Listen to that. Now, have you had anyone that you ever Antifa try to surround you and cut you off from the group and then try to harm you?
Yeah, so we our second protest that we went to was an abortion protest, and we were the only two on the other side who were anti-abortion, pro-life. Mm-hmm. And she was pregnant at the time, so she had this is a baby on her belly and everything. And there was probably a dozen people, and more people were showing up to be anti. And they were on one side of the street, and we were on the other, and it was just us two. And they would chant something, and then I would chant something anti what they said, and then be silence for 10 seconds. And then they'd chant something else, and I would chant something that would kind of counter their argument. Eventually, half of them came over and just stood in front of us and held their signs up above us.
And we stood out.
And we're like, really?
They try to block you going live and stuff too.
Yeah. It's we're not going over there trying to interrupt you guys.
And I was live at the time.
Yeah, she was live. Yeah.
I went nuts on them. They're like, America is a third world country. I was like, shut up! I'm from a third world country. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. It's you guys really got to come over and try.
I bet you got some views on that one.
Yeah, that's back when we had our bigger accounts, so we were doing really well before it got banned. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and the excuse for banning you was?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Against community guidelines. The worst thing is I tried cleaning up my account, so I hid all the offensive videos, but they're all offensive. It's just a matter of...
Yeah.
What's happening is there's leftists reporting your account.
Yes, exactly what it is. So sometimes you find these bigger creators with 1 million, 2 million, 3 million followers, and they find one video that triggers them somehow. And then they send all their minions to mass report you. Yeah. Once you get mass reported, your account is going down. TikTok does not bother checking what was reported. It just goes down. And it happened to us so many times. I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
And even when we had 1 million, we'd be censored, so we wouldn't get any views. Right. We'd post something, and none of our followers
500 views max. Yeah.
So we can't counter it and be like, hey guys, we're being mass reported.
No one sees your videos because you're shadow banned.
Yeah.
I've had that when they were censoring me. I'd send people the link to it, and they'd click on it, and they'd say this doesn't exist, or you can't, it won't open up. And
yeah.
There you go. Yep. Same thing.
They have some type of block on it. I could see the video. I thought I did a video, and it would limit. I did a video a long time ago on if you go into the code, Diamond and Silk, all of a sudden their views were going down. Okay. And Laura Loomer had this. I had her on my channel, and she was showing where the views, the count of the views was going backwards. It was counting backwards live. Yeah. Backwards, they had so many thousands, and the number would start going down. How do you unsee something?
How do you unview?
You can unlike it.
Yeah.
Click off the likes, but there's an thing in there in the software. Then you go into the code of it, and it was saying 7% times the number of it actually is. And then there's liberal accounts, so we were multiplying it more than one.
Oh yeah. There's the liberal accounts we found on TikTok when we were pretty big still. They're just growing. All they're doing is spreading hate and division, but they're growing.
A lot of racism, a lot of BS.
But no one really is watching it that much, But there's a multiplier in the code that makes it go up, and then that gets it comes onto people's pages, more. They're trying to promote it.
Spread love and calling out the BS and stop the division, and we don't get seen by anyone.
Yeah, now they have millions of followers, and we're like, what the hell? When did this happen?
How? Yeah.
Oh,
I give up. We've lost first account, like I said.
Well, they don't want you to give up. You want you to keep doing what you're doing.
We're doing it just on different platforms. Yeah. We can only do so much. You've lost an account, 1 million followers, then 300,000 followers, and then over 100,000 followers. You just lose. Plus, any account we've tried creating on TikTok again, it just gets taken down immediately.
Yeah, within.
It's almost like they have a mark on us. So. Please don't bother anymore.
Yeah, so we're trying X right now, which seems to be the best platform to not get censored, but we get.
Well, I'm not live there because you got to pay to to be on X?
We never go live ever. We should, but we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. Yeah, I shared the link there. Are you getting some traction on X?
Very little.
Very little.
I think we're like almost at 14,000 followers right now. It's taking forever.
That's me more than me. I'm like between 5,000 and 6,000.
Yeah, it just takes a long time, and we're getting a lot of people recognizing us from our other platforms. Like, oh my god, I didn't know you were on here. It's like, yeah, we're only on here now. But we get a lot more hate from people who agree with us for stupid shit.
Yeah, like my nose ring. Yeah, oh, you have a bull ring. I'm like, focus on what I'm saying. Stop looking at my nose.
Well, it's because somebody left us wear the nose ring, especially liberal women.
I ruined it for us. I was like, I am not liberal, I promise.
So yeah, you can tell that a lot of people on X.
Maybe put a little thing above your thing, not a liberal.
Yeah, they don't care. We'll say that. Be like, we agree on the same stuff.
But
like, why does that bother you?
It's identity politics, and that's what I call out all the time. Yeah. I'm like, stop judging me by the way I look. Judge me by what I'm saying. My character.
Yeah.
Because you guys are playing to the same crap the liberals play into. How are you any better than them?
So yeah, we don't do much calling out of the right on TikTok or other platforms, but now that we're on X, we're getting a lot of hate from them for dumb stuff. We call them out too, you know, because we just call it anybody who we disagree with and tell them why. So it's been a little more. It's been interesting versus the other platforms.
Yes.
But
someone asked if it was hard for you to learn English, and do you believe all people coming to America should learn English?
Yes, the second one. I don't understand how you can be living in an English-speaking country and you don't speak the language. I think that's ridiculous. When you live in a place like Finland or Netherlands, you need to learn Dutch. So you know what I'm saying. But no, it was not hard for me to learn English. So for those who don't know, I come from Kenya, and Kenya is a former British colony. So every Kenyan born and raised, normally, we speak English. It's our official language. So we are taught the Queen's English from the time we start going to school. And then you have our tribal language, and then you have Kiswahili, which is our national language.
So you speak 3 languages?
Yes.
I have a friend that never comes on, but she's helped me find ISIS people, but she speaks 13 languages. I don't know how in hell you do that. But once in a while she'll slip up, like messaging me, and she'll be doing Russian or something like that, and I said, what?
She probably code switches her languages, so one sentence has 5 different languages.
Do you have a hard time forgetting if you use a lot of English, forgetting your own language or anything?
So my very first, which is Kikuyu from my tribe, I speak it now like an American trying to speak Spanish. That's how I speak it. I understand it all, but I'm very self-conscious when I speak it. But the Kiswahili, which is our national language, I'm very fluent in that.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, that many languages and this and that. So everyone's saying, please come back on. Hopefully you will eventually come
again. We would love to. Thank you for having us. We don't get not together.
I'll do a little more prep in that on that, and we'll do more topics of what's going on Trump. What's your thoughts on that? Predictions, both of you chime in on this.
As far as which topic?
Trump. Are the Democrats going to win on this illegal immigration and what they're trying to go after him? He's got Tulsi Gabbard going after a lot of what Obama was doing and all that, the Epstein file stuff. What's your thoughts on that, both of you?
Yeah, I mean, I want him to pursue anything that shows corruption in the government, even if it's on the right. I don't care.
Drain the swamp.
Yeah, I want to see any corruption be exposed and the people be accountable.
Absolutely.
If it's Obama, if it's Biden, if it's any Republican, I don't care. It's the government should not be this big. It should not be this powerful. And
a lot of people think that a lot of the Epstein file stuff were whitewashed to take out who they didn't want in there, and left stuff that they do want in there. You know what I mean? By the left.
And that stuff should be open for everybody to see.
I know. I'm wondering if whatever records are left are all only one way. That's the one part I'm worried about.
Long time, yeah. I mean, our thing, like I said,
been over a dozen years,
Yeah.
So, we lost you. Hopefully, I'll pop back in. I'll give it a second. Oh no, it shows the mic there. It looks like you're muted. Did you have a call? All right, I'll play a little bit of this while you wait.
I know I'm free, and I won't, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free,
Imagine calling yourself a feminist and yet you degrade women so much by calling them uterus havers. Feminism is supposed to be pro-women, last I checked, pro-females, right? But you all are so busy pandering and virtue signaling, you've lost the script. Feminism, feminine, female. That's what you're supposed to be fighting for, and yet you're here degrading and minimizing women just because some women are too confused and they have some serious gender dysphoria and some serious mental issues that they decide that's the only way they can cope with it is by passing as a man. Just because they want to do that, it does not give you the right to minimize who I am as a woman, disrespectfully. Imagine sitting on a high horse, calling yourself a liberal, fighting for human rights. How about my human rights as a legal immigrant? Human rights, I thought you all are about human rights except when it comes to babies in the womb, right? Then they're a clap of self. That's why we like to call out your hypocrisy, because you can never stick to your story. These people who are given a chance to self-deport. I don't know where you've been. Of us who voted for Trump were there more than half the country before you started gaslighting more than half the country. We voted for this for a reason. Yeah, we got tired of illegals sneaking in, using up welfare, which is tax funded. It's not free. It's tax funded. If you feel so bad for illegals, invite them to live with you. You're too busy virtue signaling. You don't really care about them. You're here busy pandering. To have someone in this country who's here illegally flying the flag of their home country, then go fly it in your own country. Stop the hypocrisy. Stop the pandering. Stop the virtue signaling.
I guess they lost contact or internet. So I'm going to end it there. God bless everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. Bye-bye.